Hello everybody and welcome to this macroeconomic video on the costs of unemployment. So when there is unemployment in the economy, when there are people without jobs, this will have negative impacts on 4 different groups of people which we're going to look at here. So firstly, what are the negative impacts of unemployment on the economy? Well, if people are out of a job, then they won't have an income, they won't be earning a wage. So therefore they will spend less money. And therefore there will be lower demand, so firms will either lay off more workers or they'll produce less. So therefore there will be less productivity of the economy. And because production levels are dropping, then there is less economic growth, because remember, economic growth is an increase in productivity. So if there is less productivity, then there will be less economic growth. There will also be less circulation around the circular flow of income, because if people aren't spending money and if workers are unemployed, so they're not getting wages given to them, then money will either stop flowing or the flow of money will slow down around the circular flow of income. Next we have the negative impacts of unemployment on the unemployed person themselves. So if they don't have an income anymore because they're not working, they're not getting a wage, then it's likely that they will have to spend their savings because they have to get the money to survive from somewhere. Also, it's likely they will experience a drop in the standard of living because they don't have the money to spend to improve their lifestyle anymore. Then they will not improve their lifestyle, and in fact their lifestyle may decline in quality, so therefore they will experience a drop in the standard of living. And if their standard of living drops, it is likely that their quality of health may drop as well, so they may experience health issues. An example of this would be they are likely to buy poor quality food because this is all they can now afford, so therefore they're not as healthy as before. Also, if their unemployment is long term, for example due to cyclical unemployment, then it is likely that they'll be unable to find a job again, because the saying is that the longer you are without a job, the less likely you are to find one, because businesses will be wondering, hang on a second, why hasn't this guy got a job in the last 2 years? So they'll be worried about employing you, so they won't employ you, so you stay out of work. Next, what are the negative impacts of unemployment on local communities? Well, it is likely there will be a population decrease as the unemployed people leave the local area to go and find work. Also, it's likely that crime will increase because as people don't have any money coming in anymore, they don't have an income, they will resort to desperate measures, they will start stealing, so crime rates will increase. Also, it's likely that the local environment will deteriorate. Because people don't have the income, they don't have the money anymore, they can't upkeep and improve their house, their plot of land, their garden. So therefore the local environment will deteriorate, it will go down in quality. And finally, the cost of unemployment on the taxpayer. So, because there are more unemployed people, this means that there will be more people claiming unemployment benefits. So therefore, this means that these benefits have to be paid for somehow by the government. So to do this, they will either increase taxes, so the taxpayer will be paying more and more money to fund these unemployed people essentially, and also there could be a decline in the services the taxpayer receives, because the money that was being invested in things such as hospitals and the fire service is now being withdrawn from those areas and invested in unemployment benefits. So they may see an increase in taxes or a decline in the standard of services they are receiving.